We also see other banks, Japan and Europe, trying to control inflation targets using unconventional means, such as yield curve control and negative rates. Do we have empirical evidence to support deploying these tools in the United States as you see it?
There's a split. I'd say the evidence is mixed on negative rates. There are those who believe negative rates are quite effective, and there are those who see the results as somewhat ambiguous. I think here in the United States, we've looked at it carefully. We looked at it during the long expansion that ended in February and chose not to deploy them in the United States. Lately, the FOMC has looked carefully at negative rates and continues to see pretty broadly across the committee that negative rates are not something that we think is appropriate for the U.S. economy, at least at this time, and it's not something that we see ourselves resorting to. Instead, we look at ourselves using asset purchases and forward guidance. In terms of yield curve control, as you pointed out, it's currently being used by a couple of central banks around the world, and that's just, rather than buying assets, what you're doing is you're saying, we won't let the treasury curve at a certain level move above something, and if it starts to move above that level, the rate moves above it, then we'll buy treasuries to drive the rate level back down. The United States actually did that from the late 40s into the early 50s. I'll just finish, sorry. It's something we're really just educating ourselves on at this point. It's not something we have at all decided to do.
Thank you for your testimony. And Chair Powell, I also appreciate the fact that you said when the crisis passes, we will put them away, these new tools. I think that is a very sober assessment